A king's servant used to say this in all circumstances. "My sire, whatever God does for us is good, so do not worry. He doesn't make mistakes." One day, this king and the servant went for hunting. After a fight with an animal, the servant killed it. But in this whole fight, the king had a finger cut off from him. The king got angry and said to the servant, "If you say God does everything for good, then why did I lose my finger?" For which the servant replied, "I am still telling you the same, sire. God does not make mistakes." In frustration, the king ordered the servant to be locked up in the prison. While on the way to the prison, again the servant shouted, "My sire, God is good, and he will do everything perfect." After some weeks, the king went out hunting with some of his friends from the palace. This time, some tribals caught the king and took him as a sacrifice to their gods. While binding the king, they found that he was missing a finger and refused to give him as a sacrifice, as they wanted a pure, full form of a human. Finally, realizing that there is a God, the king came running back to the palace and released the servant and said to the servant, "Whatever you told is true. But while going to the prison, you shouted, 'God is good and he does not make mistakes.' How is that?" The servant replied, "If you had not put me in prison, they would have caught me after checking you had flaws, and they would have sacrificed me. Since you put me in prison, I am alive." Yes, my dear friends, God is good, and whoever trusts in God will always be protected like an apple of God's eye.